everybody, welcome. Thank you so much for joining me today. Let's come into a comfortable position. And a reminder, if you want to lie down, so always have your head face this way and your legs at the back. And if you want to sit up, you can just settle in your seats, maybe on a block if you have it. Take a breath in together, and a breath out together. One more time. Let's just settle in together and find the ground. Find the support of the stable earth beneath your body. Invite the body to let go of its resistance to gravity. And just see if you can relax your body enough so that you can start to feel your own weight against the ground. Little by little, relax the face, the area of the eyelids, relax your jaw muscles and your neck. And feel how the arms can really kind of get heavy. If you start to feel into them, notice the area where the arms are connected to your torso, relaxing the armpits area. Feel into your rib cage. Soften the muscles around the rib cage. Allow the heart space and the rib cage to kind of drop down and down. Same with your belly. Feel into your base, your pelvis. The weight and the volume of the pelvis and the weight and the length of the legs. Full surrender to this earth. Start to feel into a little bit of tingling around the fingertips and feet and the chest. Your own aliveness in your own body. What a beautiful experience to be embodied in this body, to feel your body from the inside. One more deep inhale, and let it go. And slowly start to move a little bit to reawaken the senses. Maybe a big stretch. Nice long arms overhead. Any kind of motion that comes naturally to you as you lie down or sit up. And then pull your knees towards your chest to give you a little bit of a squeeze if you're lying down, and Rock a little bit, side to side. And let your body roll over onto your side to come up into a seated position. Bring your palms to heart space. Either joint at the heart together like this or planted on top of your chest. Honoring our 3 different centers of knowing, 3 different centers of awareness. We are taught ever since childhood that we can only know with our minds. But there's actually 3 different places we can know from. One of which is the gut, your gut feeling about something. And another one is your heart. And another one is the intellectual center, which we also honor. Just finding the balance, really, and the coherence between the 3. We open the practice with the sound of Om. First, the cleansing breath. Inhale. You open your eyes, make your time to just reach those arms overhead, circle your wrists a bunch of times in both directions. Circle your shoulders around, also in both directions. And slowly make your way to your table pose. And as you get to your hands and knees, start to arch and curl the spine a few times. And start to feel into your belly center here. As you release the belly down to the ground and arch the tailbone up. Open your heart and relax the belly, and as you curl, pull that navel in and up and feel the opposite side of where the belly is, that mid to lower back, curling and stretching. Start to sense into the experience of the stretch and bring all of your attention to the area of your belly and your back in this motion. And then walk your left hand, actually drop your left elbow to the ground a little bit and extend your fingertips forward in that right arm just to find a stretch in the side body. You might even take it up and over to the right side, the left side. Come back through and do the same on the other side, starting with just a little stretch forward and taking the arm to the opposite side eventually. Nice. Now, come back to the center and walk your hands forward a little bit more, a couple of hand prints. Separate your knees and take some motions to the right and to the left, maybe into some circular motions to access your hips and your side body a little bit more. And just kind of letting the in-breath and the out-breath happen naturally here as you move. After a few circles, your body might take you directly into a child pose to elongate the spine and feel into your weight of the head on the ground and the feel of gravity pulling. Relax your neck a lot. I've been trained in a number of healing modalities, and I like to provide some touch during my classes for healing, as well as some adjustments, gentle adjustments. If you're not comfortable being assisted today, please raise your hand so that I can honor your space. Thank you. Take a breath in together and a breath out together. Let every single muscle in the body just soften. And slowly return back into your table pose. And from here, curl your toes under to extend your hips up and back in a downward facing dog. You might really kind of start to release any tension in the neck by rocking the head side to side, potentially. You might let go of any tension around the shoulders. You might pedal the feet a bunch of times. And maybe start to shift your weight back and forth, allowing for the back and forth motion to become like a little bit more elastic, so that your knees are bending when you're pressing back. You're starting to feel like an elastic band, kind of stretching and coming back and stretching and coming back. Nice and easy. Good. Take your time to slowly reach your right leg up towards the sky with the in-breath. And with the out-breath, the knee comes towards the chest. Curl it, shoulders come over the wrists. Again, look back, inhale, and exhale, curl. 2 more times. In, length, out, curl. Last time, inhale. With the exhale, step forward for warrior 1. Once you arrive in your warrior 1, see if you can find that expansion of the arms overhead, but drop them back and forth just a couple of times to get into your shoulders, to your own kind of rhythm. Just some motions around the shoulders. And eventually either hold them upright or in goalpost arms. See what really works for your shoulders. Shift your weight into that front leg. Feel into your hips a little bit. Inhale, and with the exhale, open it up to your warrior two. Make fists with your hands and circle your wrists around. Open up those palms towards the sky with the in-breath, and with the out-breath, reverse your warrior. One more in-breath together here, and with the out-breath, come back through, cartwheel your hands all the way through. Find a runner lunge, hold it here, toe heeling your right foot towards the right a little bit more so that the knee is on top of the ankle. And then take a twist to your right. As you open up, maybe a block under your hand if you wish. One more in-breath, and as you breathe out, plant the palms and step back to your downward facing dog. Take the in-breath in down dog, and with the out-breath, shift forward for a plank pose. Hold your plank nice and strong here, active glutes, active quads. Then lower your knees, draw your chest forward, and hug those elbows towards the midline. We're going to take some triceps push-ups. So those elbows go back as you lower, and you press up and down. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And we'll take you all the way to the ground to take baby cobra. Elongate your legs all the way back and open your chest. And draw those shoulders back and elbows back as you open your heart. Let those shoelace sides of the feet actively press down, squeezing your thighs. And then press yourself up in a reverse push-up to plank. Maybe the knees stay on the ground and back to your downward facing dog. Deep inhale. Long exhale. Again, in and out. The left leg slowly rises up to the sky. Breathe it in. And bring the knee to the chest as you curl it. Shoulders come over the wrists. Again, lengthen it back. And again, knee to chest, shoulders over the wrists. 2 more times. In and out. In and out. Step it forward for your warrior 1. Dial back, heel down, open up through the chest. And take any motions. Maybe those motions are like some side stretches. Maybe there are some moving back and forth, getting into your front hip. Eventually settling back in your warrior 1 and holding it nice and strong. Active front foot in the ground, glute engaged. But there's also a sense of ease around the shoulders, around the neck. Open it up to your warrior 2. Again, recircle back those wrists. Flipping the palms open to reverse your warrior. Nice. Take it in together. With the out, cartwheel the hands down through to a runner lunge, preparing for your twist to the other side. Don't forget to toe heel that left foot a little bit more to the left so that you're not collapsed in your joint. And slowly release back down. Step back to a downward facing dog. Inhale. With the exhale, shift forward for plank pose. Hold it for another in-breath. You can either take those push-ups all the way down to cobra or take a chaturanga dandasana just halfway through, holding for a moment before upward facing dog or baby cobra. Breath in. On the breath out, downward facing dog. And breathe. So at any moment that you want to rest in child pose, that's welcome to you. Just see if you can let go of that tension in the shoulders when you're in your downward facing dog. Bend the knees a lot, press your hips back. Inhale, look forward. With the exhale, walk or float forward to come into a forward fold. Nice. See if you can let go fully of all of that weight in the head. And separate your feet just a little bit wider. Bend your knees a little bit more. See if you can start with putting your elbows here for a second. And then from here, start to lift hips up a little. And eventually maybe release. Yeah, beautiful. Deep in-breath together. And out-breath together. And allow your bodies to slowly plant your hands on your thighs and roll up a little bit at a time. As you erect to standing, take an in-breath and reach your arms overhead. Feel your feet really, really grounded into the earth. Lift and separate your toes. And as you kind of lift them, notice the three corners of each foot. Then drape your toes down as if you're suction cupping the ground with your feet. Bringing palms to heart space. Just rest for a moment, really bringing attention to your feet underground. Good. Find a drishti, a point of focus ahead of you on the ground. And have your gaze be not too focused, not too relaxed, but in the middle. Beautiful. Take your arms overhead again, breath in. On the breath out, bow, hinge from the hips in a forward fold. Halfway lift with the in-breath. The out-breath takes you back to your plank pose. Hold the plank, breathe it in. On the breath out, either knees down or not as you lower down for baby cobra or upward facing dog. Back to your downward facing dog. And the right leg slowly rises up to the sky. Inhale. Exhale, knee comes to the chest as you curl it. Inhale again, lengthen back. The next time, step it forward. Come into your crescent lunge. Toe heel the feet so that they're hip distance apart. And then take a moment to just bend and extend that back leg. Feeling that pelvis tuck under and then arch back. Just a bunch of times. And then at one point, tuck it under, bend the knee, keep it tucked under, then reach those arms overhead with the inhale. With the exhale, pull down and dip. Good job. Inhale, lift. Pull down and dip. For 3, for 2, and 1. Nice. Now, bring your hands to your hips. Feel into your front leg. And shift forward. Drag the back foot through to lift the left knee up into a balance. Then, take it back. Land it. Tuck the pelvis under and dip. We're going to do it again. Palms come to heart space. Shift forward, pull the knee to the chest. Inhale, lengthen back, land it. Then tuck under and dip. You got it. Inhale, shift. Exhale, land. Inhale, tuck under, and exhale, dip. We're going to do it 5 more times and fire up that right leg. In, out, dip, press up, drag. Don't rush it. Land it, dip it, lift, and again. I forgot. How many do we have left? 3? 3?
1.
I think 2. 2, okay.
I did my 6 already.
Land and dip. Last time. Shift. And land. And dip. Great job. Now, dial the back heel down and stretch that front leg long to come into your triangle pose. See if you can kind of keep that nice elongation around the leg. Beautiful. Deep in-breath. And out-breath. One more breath in. And on the breath out, come on up to center and give me a goddess pose. Those heels will go in, toes out as you sink up and down a few times. So now I don't want your feet to be so far apart that you're losing your foundation, okay? I want your feet to be close enough and kind of not in such a horse stand, even if you can do it, but kind of halfway through. Nice. Now, I want to see if we can do a little bit of boxing this morning, yeah? I was just talking to Patrick and got a little bit invigorated. So, lift, so the way that you box is that you actually lift that left heel off the ground and turn and dip your knee in. So look how my heel on that opposite, yes. Then press, and then come back to center. Got it? Now look at this leg. It's going to turn all the way through, dip down, and press. You got it, you guys. Come back through, inhale, and exhale. In, out. So see if you can breathe in and out through the nose, and then when you breathe out, and press at the same time into that punch. Back and forth, and see if you can feel it inside your belly, inside your core. Inhale, exhale. Now, if you're really gonna box, see if you can kind of flick it in that, right? Here you go. Right? You starting to feel it in here at all? All right. Some of you are like, okay, why are we boxing? All right. Why not? Good. Good. One last time on each side. And then come back to goddess and hold it. Good. Now see if that pelvis can be nice and long. Tailbone elongated to the ground so we're not overarching, right? And the hands can either come together at heart space or they can come to your thighs for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're going to come into warrior 2 on this leg. So get the left foot to face the back and find your warrior 2 here. Then come into your side angle as you hinge, 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 and open up to the side. Good job. Yeah. Feel that nice long line of energy in your right side body. And breathe it in. And breathe it out. Good. Turn to your left foot to the back of the room. Come into a runner lunge. Yeah, to the back of the room. Changing it up on you guys. Yeah, and then make your way slowly into a balance pose where you're going to shift your weight into that left foot and bring your right knee up towards your chest. And as you arrive here, take a breath in and a breath out. One more in breath. And on the out breath, twist to your right. See if you can keep that knee lifted as you twist. Maybe grabbing a hold of your thigh with your left hand. Maybe that foot stays on the ground as you twist. Come back through and land in your crescent. So elongate that leg all the way back. Let it land. Then dial the back heel down to open it up into a wide-legged stance for a wide-legged forward fold. So you're just going to bow forward, hinging from the hips to your degree of comfort. And breathe in and breathe out. Maybe you kind of wiggle your hips around a bunch of times. Maybe you finally settle in a static pose, or maybe you like the back and forth bending here. This is such a yummy pose. Breathing in and breathing out. Sometimes you could put a block under the head. As you take your time to come up into a small halfway lift, walk your hands over towards your right foot and come into a runner lunge here. As you arrive to your runner lunge, see if you can slowly make your way into a lizard pose, so heeling that right foot a little bit more towards the side. Toes face sideways a little. Hands can stay to the inside. Maybe this is plenty of a stretch for your hip. Some of you might release your knee down and also kind of rock that hip onto the outer edge of your foot. Some of you are just perfect where you are and don't need to go further. Good. 2 more breaths. Nice. Now take your time to return back to the center, toe heeling the right foot towards the middle, and then extending that right foot forward into a half split. Some of you that have blocks might like to use them here. We're going to stretch a little here, then come into a elongated leg twist. So your right hand will come to your hip, your left hand will stay down, and then twist towards that leg with a nice elongation. So this feels like what? Like a revolved triangle, right? But with one knee down on the ground. So remember this feeling when we do it standing up. Deep breath in and a breath out. One more time. And come back through. Bend the front knee and step that right foot back into a plank pose. Feel the strength of your own body for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower down onto your forearms for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower your hips to the ground and open your heart. Find a baby cobra. Then take that baby cobra into a locust pose, reaching those legs high and long for 3, 2, you guys look awesome, and 1. Plant the palms alongside the chest, reverse push up it, back to downward dog. Yes, you got it. It takes a minute to just find the breath. Wonderful. Left leg rises to the sky, inhale. With the exhale, knee comes to the chest, curl it. Inhale again. Step it forward for your crescent. Are we remembering the sequence, Stacy? All right. Let's take our time. Remember, we're going to start with those dips, and then we're going to start dragging that back foot and really strengthen the front leg. If you want this time, we could actually start to even use the arms on the way forward and back from that balance. But we'll see how it goes. So dip down and press up. Inhale and exhale. Remember, you don't have to go as far down as you see me do it. It depends on the level of openness in the hip flexor. So maybe even a little dip would be plenty for some of us. Three more. 2 more. And 1. Good. Palms to the heart. You begin with. Shift your weight into that front leg. Then drag the leg through. Then land the leg back. Tuck it under. Then dip. All right, let's use the arms. Inhale. Exhale. exhale, pull. Inhale, reach. And exhale, tuck and dip down. 5 more. Shift. Lift. Land. And dip. Two more. Don't get sloppy. No need to rush. Last time, nice and slow. Yes. Now, let's dial that back heel down and right away elongate that leg. And shifting into that triangle pose to open it up. This should feel really yummy on our bodies. Active feet in the ground. Good. Breath in together. On the out, come on up. Let's find that goddess pose again. Did we like the boxing? Did we? Well, we could either do that again or we could do the actual shifting into it, but then going up into a balance and then landing into it. How about that? Right? So take that turn though. Don't forget that turn, that same turn. Then keep your knee tracking with your toes and hop. Maybe you start getting kind of funky with the landing, nice and slow, turning, and then hopping. Nice. So that back knee, notice it doesn't have to be super extended. You can keep it bent and really work on building strength in your legs, in your glutes, in your core. This is a great core workout too. Good job, you guys. Just a tip, if your balance is an issue at all, keeping the palms together is really, really helpful. It keeps you kind of held to the center so you're not like flailing all over the place. Back and forth. Notice how you can't think about anything else when you're balancing, right? Or you fall. It's addictive. You guys are like machines. All right, let's come back down into another goddess pose. And we're just going to take a few dips. So come up halfway and down. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now hold it. Now hold it. Yeah. Relax your neck, relax your shoulders. Give me a little smile. Don't curse me under your breath, Stacy. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come on up. turn towards the right side and find your crescent from here. Then come into that balance that I showed you before, where you're just going to bring that right foot forward and pull the right knee up towards the chest. Yeah, you got it. So from here, we're going to find that strength in the bottom foot, then turn to the mirrors into a twist, like we did on the other side. Maybe that left arm reaches back. Maybe you have a wall and you cheat, like I am. We're almost there. Come back through to the center and come back in a crescent lunge. Then dial your back heel down, open it up into a wide-legged stance for a wide-legged forward fold. And now you can rest and relax. This should be really restful of a pose. And if you need a block under your head, maybe you take it. Deep breath in. Long breath out. And we'll slowly take a breath in together. Walk up slightly to walk your hands over to your left foot, finding your runner lunge here. As you arrive, we'll prepare for the lizard pose, toe heeling the left foot towards the left. The heel can potentially stay on the mat as the toes come off the mat. Toes facing outwards slightly so that you can sink into your inner hip. Some of us might feel like tipping the foot over to the outside edge for a bit of a deeper stretch. Just watch what it feels like in your body before going there. Back knee can always drop. For 3, 2, 1. Come back through and come into a half split. The left heel shifts forward a little. You start to feel into the length of the leg, trying not to overly kind of work behind the knee. Keep a micro bend in the knee. And then take that nice twist a la revolve triangle. Stay really active in your left heel and draw it back. Same with your right knee and draw it forward. One more in breath. And out breath. Release. Shift your weight forward into a runner lunge and step back into a plank pose. Same thing here, balancing for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower down on forearms for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower your hips. Open your chest. Open your arms. And lift your legs. Good. Stay really strong in those legs. Elongating the legs back. Deep in breath. And on the out breath, relax, release. Enjoy a few moments of rest. And see if there's any other tension that is being held at all in the body, around the shoulders, around the neck, around the arms. And just let it kind of, breath by breath, hand itself down to the ground. Take it in together. On the out, we're going to press ourselves back up into a table pose. When you get there, see where your body takes you. Does your body want to go into a child's pose as a kind of a counter pose from lying on your belly? That might feel good. Or does your body want to do downward dog? Or does it want to feel into a twist? Whatever it is that comes to it first. You take a moment in doing that. Deep in breath and out breath. Maybe some cat-cows can feel really good too. Yeah. And then from here, we're going to take it into our small sequence of a balance pose. So, come on up onto your knees. Shift your weight into your right knee as you step forward, coming into a low crescent. Now, some of us this will be really accessible to, and others might not feel great. But I'm going to have you bend your right knee to grab a hold of your ankle. Don't hurt your knee. Yeah, don't. Some of us who hesitated, it might be for a reason. Yeah? Good. I'm going to shift forward into that foot. Curl the back toes under. And then take it into a dancer pose. So that same leg that we did a quad stretch to, we're going to re-grab it standing up. Maybe this is where you stay in a quad stretch and you don't go any further. Extend your left arm. Maybe you stay here and you work here. Maybe you don't even hold your foot, you just work in balance, strengthening your ankles and your feet. And those of you who grab the foot might go further into dancer pose. For 3, 2, 1. Stay in balance. Release the leg, then land it hip distance apart behind you. You got it. Now keep it facing forward, that back foot, as much as you can. And we're going to find that revolved triangle that I gave you a little bit of a preview for. Activate your feet into the mat and apart. First come into pyramid pose, Parshvottanasana. And you have the option to just stay in your pyramid the entire time, or you can stay in it for a couple of breaths into your revolved triangle, where the right foot comes to the ground, the left hand comes to the hip, and you twist towards the bars. Nice job. For 3, 2, and 1. Return to your Parshvottanasana and walk your right foot back for a runner lunge and step back into a 3-legged dog. That left leg extends up and back. Maybe you flip your dog if it's available and feels good to your body. Returning to your downward facing dog, take a breath in. And on the breath out, land your knees back down. Stand on your knees. Step the right foot forward. Those of you who didn't bend the knee and grab a hold of the quad, you can still tug that tailbone under a lot to feel that quad stretch. You don't have to go any further. Do you feel it? No? Okay. Tuck under more. See if that doesn't do anything. Maybe shift forward a little bit more into... Yeah, right? All right, good. And then if you liked the quad stretch and you want to take it again, feel free to do that. And from here, remember, we're going to come back into a balance pose. Either just work on balance or eventually reconnect with the quad stretch into dancer. So to get there, do it step by step. Curl the back toes under. Feel your weight in that front leg. Bring your palms together so that we can hug towards the center as we arrive in balance. Drishti, I can't tell you how important it is to find that place on the ground a few feet ahead of you so that it can keep you concentrated throughout the experience. And find that place in the middle between effort and ease. For 3, 2, 1. Release the leg. Land it back, hip distance apart. Extend through the front leg. Activate the feet. And start to hinge for Parshvottanasana. Well, eventually, if you wish, take it into revolved triangle pose. For 3, 2, and 1. Relax back in your pyramid pose. Walk the left foot back in a runner's lunge. And slowly step back into your down 3-legged dog. Maybe a flip dog on that side as well. Good job. Come back through to your downward facing dog. Take a breath in and a breath out. Right leg rises to the sky with the in-breath coming into your prone pigeon on the right side. If prone pigeon isn't desired by the body, you lie on your back. take it into a reclined pigeon. Take any variation of this that you wish. Tapping into the feel of weight in the body. And this kind of introspective posture that allows you to really kind of go inside yourself. Deep in-breath and an out-breath. Let go of any tension around the shoulders. Let go of the need to resist gravity. Notice any kind of resistance to existence. You know, this like resistance to actually experiencing true aliveness. Sometimes that happens when we're on automatic all the time. Sometimes we can't even bear that full aliveness within ourselves. We have to kind of start to get used to it again. One more deep breath in together. And on the breath out, slowly start to come out of the pose. And take any stretches that you want to take in between. So some of you who came into downward dog and want to take it again. And come into the other side from there, you can do that. Others of you might like to take some other stretching motions in between. And if you're on your back and you come into a reclined pigeon, you might just cross the ankle on top and stay there the whole time without even going deeper. Because that might be plenty for some of us, and it might just feel really nice to relax into it. How much weight can you let go into the ground? And And can your breath become more and more conscious? So you can start to feel a certain level of intimacy with your own breath. Deep breath in and breath out. Taking your time to slowly come on out of the pose, and we'll all meet onto our backs. So if you're not there already, just make your way there however you wish. Maybe turn your head to this side and your legs to the other side. And let there be this moment of kind of just relaxing on your back for just a couple of breaths. And from there, we'll slowly transition together into a bridge pose. So you'll bend your knees and press your feet under your knees. Activate those feet firm into the ground, and then lift your hips up. Walk your shoulders underneath you slightly. And breathe in and breathe out. You may or may not interlace the hands behind the back, most likely not, just because it kind of starts to yank on the shoulders unless you have like a really, really kind of open shoulders. For 3, 2, and 1. Slowly start to lower all the way down and down. And bring your right knee towards your chest. Give it a little bit of a squeeze as you elongate your left leg down to the ground. Deep breath in together. And breath out together. Take it in and out. Good job. Now, see if you can take that right knee out towards the side a little bit more, towards your right shoulder. And maybe grab a hold of the right foot on top for like a half baby pose. And it may or may not be accessible. Happy, half baby. Half happy baby. Not happy, half baby. That's weird. It's so funny. Deep in breath. And out breath. slowly make it back down and pull the other knee up towards the chest. Deep breath in and breath out. You okay? Good. Right. Now slowly see if you want to take it into that happy baby again on the other side to your degree. Then release out of the pose. Start to kind of come into that relaxed place in your body. Is there an aware presence of your own being on your back? Let there be this moment of just reconnecting with your whole self. And that gut knowing, the belly center. And that heart space inside your chest. Soften around the chest muscles a little more. Notice your upper back and how it's also very much able to let go of its residual tension into the ground. Notice the weight of your head and how the head connects to the torso, to the shoulders, through the neck. Know yourself from a place of embodied presence. Because no matter what you might think of yourself, that has been taught to you throughout the years. But to know yourself in real time, that's who you truly are. This breath. This body. These sensations in the body. Your essence. Your essence beyond words. Can only be known in real time, in presence. imagine that you have ears all around your body. That your ears aren't just around your head, but actually you have little ears all around your arms, your legs, belly. And you can hear the sounds through a felt experience of sound. Om Sachidananda Parabrahma Purushotam Paramatma Shri Bhagavati Samekha Shri Bhagavati Namaha. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Take a deep breath in and a breath out. One more time. Just let yourself slowly find some movements throughout the body. Eventually rolling over onto your side. And resting for a moment or two before rising up to seated. We'll bring ourselves back together in a seated position with the hands to the heart. And then find within yourself this feeling of just thankfulness and gratitude for your life, for your health, for your families and community. For the freshness of in-breath and wishing this to all beings on the planet. That same level of wellness and goodness. Just wish it from the bottom of your heart for all beings. All beings. And we close together with the sound of Om. First, the cleansing breath. Inhale. Thank you for allowing me to teach you today. The Great Spirit in me bows to the Great Spirit in you. Namaste. Have a wonderful day and happy Papa's Day to all the dads that are here.